Hello everyone, hello, Cesare here with more Final Fantasy XIV. Joining us is Vector, Asane, Kaiju Bee, and Dooz, and of course Miro. Now, we have a whole bunch of minions, not mounts, you guys don't get to see those yet. I hope we can't ride the mounts yet, so we got a whole bunch of minions, as you can see, and this is just from subbing the game and logging in. Yeah, lots of different ones. A lot of them references to other Final Fantasies. So we're just gonna stick this here and we'll have a minion follow us around for a bit. And for today we got Wind Up Kane. Alright, so to start us off, like I said, we got our first adventuring quest. We're supposed to go help this guy Staleware here at Summerford Farms, which is where we are. So let's talk to him, see what he wants. Ah, you must be the adventurer Badawan promised to send along. Mere apprentice, wasn't it? You honored his word, so that's a good start. I'm Staleware, the old bastard, as Badawan likely described me. And this here is my humble orchard. Okay. A good number of lads and lasses working here once terrorized the high seas, and if you're wondering why I employ these scrags, well, they used to be to crew my pirate ship. But the calamity did for our ship, like it did so many others, and I was sore wounded into the bargain. I had to feed myself and my crew somehow, and Admiral Merweb's initiative to get us landlocked buccaneers work in the field seemed to have find to offer to refuse. Well, it turns out you can take the pirate away from the sea, but you can't take the sea away from the pirate. A lot of my blokes just never took the tenon to the soil, you see. And unfortunately, the botanists I called in to train them have been wringing their hands in black despair. With so much work piling up, I need a tougher soul like you to step in and help where it's needed. Ooh, I get pants. Altered thigh boots. Okay, let's do that. We got our first piece of gear just for showing up for this quest. Okay, a few things I want to talk about here. First, when you're gonna hear people refer to the calamity a lot in the game. That is actually relevant and also something that you guys just saw. When they talk about the calamity, they're talking about when Bahamut basically fucked everything, like he did a second ago. That's known as the 7th Umbral Calamity. Alright. Dress to call. Staleware, owner of the Summerford Farm, wishes to inspect your equipment and thereby gauge your readiness for the tasks he has in mind. I don't mind to set you a task, apprentice, but before I do, I need to be sure you're properly kitted out. Pirates don't care to parley with dandies, you understand. It might well be that the ones here have traded in their cutlass for courtiers, but they're still rogues at heart. I know a solid set of gear when I see it. Come back when you think you're more suitably equipped. Equip your head, body, legs, and feet with gear of item level 5 or greater and speak with Staleware. Alright. So essentially, he just wants you to do... Go talk to this dude. Wait. Alright, let's go with the eye patch. Hempen tabard. Fingerless leather gloves. Hempen sole. I think I already got boots. They're level 5. Yeah, he just gave me them. So we'll go equip all our new stuff. Alright, so this is our new outfit. Look at us. We look so spiffy. We got our eye patch. Asane says, I think I remember like 2 things from the entirety of Realm Reborn before the Waking Sand Saga, but I did 1 to 50 in like the first patch of Heaven's Ward and quit for 5 years because of the fetch quest hell. Yeah, well, Heaven's Ward had a bit of a problem once you got to a certain area. Honestly, most of you do remember the job quest, but that's heavily because you did those after you came back. Yeah. Let's have a look at you, shall we? Oh, as long as you're this well covered, I won't feel any guilt throwing you to the sharks. And the swell buccaneers are an ordinary lot. They rage in love for the sea, and they care little for the laws of the land. But they respect strength, and by the looks of you, I'd say you'll have little trouble getting their attention. And on top of that, we get a new axe. I'm pretty sure I just jumped up to level 7. Wasn't I level 7, 6? Level 5? I don't know. Anyway, we got a new weapon. We got a bronze war axe. It's +3 physical damage. And look at that. It looks the exact same as what we got, but a little nicer. Look at this worn bastard. Look at this. Ah, Princess! That aura of confidence tells me you've not been idle since we last met. I hope I've read you all right, for I've a task that requires the attention of a capable adventurer. Might that adventurer be you? Lurkers in the grotto. Stilwyn, the owner of Summerford Farms, has a task for a competent adventurer. Okay. I was only looking at it out of the corner of my eye. Good to hear that I shall lay before you the sorry tale. You will have heard rumors of the abductions. Aye, citizens have been disappearing from every corner of Limsa Laminsa as if plucked from the face of Heidelin. Boots and all, by an unseen hand. Heidelin is a name you guys are going to hear a lot. And what's this got to do with Summerford Farms, you might ask? Well, that remains to be seen, but it seems a collection of right unsavory fellows with azure tattooed faces has been creeping up on the edges of the field and spying on my yeoman. Now, I doubt anyone would enjoy being scrutinized by such savages at the best of times, but the farmhands are convinced that they are the kidnappers of rumor, come for their hides. Needless to say, they're beside themselves with worry, and their work suffering for it, which is the very last thing I need when my old crewmen are still getting used to their new jobs. 'Tis a struggle to get them to leave the farmhouse of a morning. That is, as they say, where you come in. Would you be willing to investigate these tattooed thugs for me? Good lass, the sooner we get to the bottom of this, the sooner the place will start to resemble a working farm again. I suggest you begin by having a look around the Seasong Grotto. If reports are to be believed, our unwelcome visitors have occupied the place. Be careful, apprentice. I couldn't say for sure what manner of miscreants we're dealing with here. If they are the kidnappers, well, just be on your guard, alright? Okay, so we're currently in the start of our quest. We have everything we really need to start an RPG. We got a big, beautiful world. We got our opening character here. We got our opening quest where we have to deal with usually something mostly terrible. In this case, it's the kidnapping of local people. Oh, look at that, bee club. Let's fight the bee club. Remember, this is for our hunting log. Dead. I keep trying to use another ability that we don't have yet. Alright, so we got 410 extra EXP just for killing those bee clouds. Not including the 152 I got from... Time to go through there, boys. Oh, it wasn't needed. Okay, let's get one more of these bitches done. We actually don't need the grounded pirates, we just need the grounded raiders. Fortunately, in order to get to one more grounded raider, we're gonna have to get through one more. I'll put these guys do any damage. 4, 3. Oh, bitch stunned me. What the fuck? This guy looks like he's talking to no one, or he's yelling at that bitch. One of the two. Also, look at the water graphics. Look at that. We unlocked our first roll action. So roll actions are these. Essentially, they're things that you learn at a certain level that you can that go across every class in that role. So Marauder, Gladiator, Dark Knight, Gunbreaker will all have access to these abilities. They didn't used to work that way. Back in the day, they actually you actually had to level up each class to add to that menu. So if you didn't have, let's say, I think it was Gladiator, no, it was Warrior. If you didn't have Warrior leveled, or Marauder, you couldn't learn Provoke. So a Gladiator couldn't use Provoke unless they also leveled Marauder. Rampart was only accessible for Gladiators. What's the name? I think I'm supposed to do something here, but I don't think this is right. I don't see anything. Well, guys, we're stuck at this point in the game. Sorry. Investigate the Sea Song Grotto. This can't be right, because there's nothing here. I know my game's lagging. Is this Sea Song Grotto? The Sea Song Grotto is like over here. Why is it pointing me to the river? Oh, because it's above. Okay. That makes sense. That makes a little more sense. Look at some buggies. So I've never done the Limsa starting, so I'm not actually the most familiar with Limsa Limsa zones. So I've run around them a bunch, but never really in depth. Okay, so we got our hunting log on them. That was 1,100 EXP. And there's a stone monument here. Right, we can interact with this guy. You're about to enter an instant battle. Instant battles only occur during certain quests and missions. Take a moment to ready the information, or read all the information displayed in the active help window before answering the call of duty. Lurkers in the grotto.
I am the waves that bear. I am the winds that guide. I am the evening stars. I am the morning sky. I am born of the sea, and there shall I die. Thus reads the sailor's requiem, carved into yonder stone. Such words well describe the manner in which the citizens of Limsa Lominsa live their lives. It is both a litany against misfortune for those out on the waves, and a prayer that the souls of those who perish on land might find their way back to the sea. Ah, you are the adventurer I've seen around Summerford Farms. I thought myself on the trail of the kidnappers, but it would seem I have missed my mark. Or perhaps not.
So that's what
As I suspected, the etheric disturbance here is no natural occurrence. Nor is it a coincidence that the two of us should come here in search of those responsible for the disappearances, only to be attacked. But who stands to benefit from the keeping of this secret? Oh, such thoughts must wait. Let us attend to the task at hand, unpleasant though it be.
All right, we have a new helper, the cultured conjurer. I sense something awry with this creature. Be on your guard. We're just gonna smack the crap out of this frenzied moss back. Where the destruction of ether draws others to the fray. We got two friendly goo-boos making their way down the well, making their way down here. This is only level 6 though. This guy's level 12. I fucking one-shot that one. What he gets. More bogeys. Hey, don't do this for a boss fight while we fight a boss.
Phew!
Well, looky what we have here.
Hear, feel, think.
Okay, guys, don't choose for a boss fight.
Crystal bearer. I am Heidelin, all made one. A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate. The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them.
A very Final Fantasy.
By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart. Go now, my child, and shine thy light on all creation.
Awake again? Are we? Aha! The poor creature's fury was kindled with cruel forethought. See this blade? I found it in the Gubu's back. I have seen knives of this kind before. They are most commonly used for the cutting of rope. It would appear our culprits are seafaring men of some persuasion, piratical being the most probable. In any event, you seem much recovered from your sudden affliction. I confess, I was rather taken aback when you collapsed at the very moment of our victory. Mayhap a surfeit of ether? I beg your pardon. A towering crystal? I'm sure I don't... Oh! Well, well. This has been a day of unexpected revelations. I must continue my investigation. In the meantime, I suggest you deliver this knife to your patron, along with a warning concerning the pirate's probable involvement in this murky business. The days ahead promise little rest, I fear. May our paths cross again, under the light of the crystal.
There you guys have it. That was our first... Well, I guess technically our second introduction to Hydaelyn, though this time we got a name. Hang on a sec. Alright. We also met a character there. We got a knife. Let's head back up to Summerford Farms, shall we? So, dudes did a boss fight and he fought with technical difficulties. Fortunately, we don't really have much in the way of transportation right now. We can only run. Also, this is Troubled Pillar. Has a purple exclamation point above his head. That's a mark that you can start a fate with him. Fates are... If there's one going... These things on the map here. They have different symbols. This one here, these two here are boss fates, meaning the enemies within are pretty tough, and you likely wouldn't be able to take them on by yourself, but it's a lot easier these days to do that. Back in the day, though, doing a boss fate on your own at level, which you can only do them at a certain level because you'll get level synced was quite a bit difficult. Prentice, right glad am I to see you safely returned. My labs were all gabbing about hearing what sounded like all seven hells breaking loose near the grotto. I feared I'd sent you to your death. If you were in the middle of that commotion, I hope it yielded something of interest. I'd hate to think you risked your life for naught. Alright, from cutting rope to removing barnacles, to gutting fish to gutting borders, on a ship there are thousands of uses for a knife. The blunt sailor's knife. A blade pulled from the back of a creature you slew at the cave, eh? Aye, I'd agree that such a knife would be part of a seafaring man's kit. I'm starting to think that these ruffians are pirates, come to lure my farmhands back to the life of plunder. Chances are they didn't take kindly to your appearance on their doorstep instead of madding Gubu on you. Aye, the pirates have been adding to their numbers of late. I'd best warn the lads and lasses in my employ to be on guard against their schemes. You met someone else at the grotto? A woman with a strange contraption? Ah! Ishtola! She's been in Limsa Lominsa for a good while now. Her studies of the ether often bring her out to Summerford, so her presence at the grotto is hardly unusual. She's an odd-looking lass, I grant you. But she's not the kind to associate with kidnappers, you may take my word for that. Where trust should be lacking is in those yeomen of mine who have been wholly relinquished their pilot pasts. The temptation to return to the free and easy life of a buccaneer may prove too strong to resist. Yeah, my thanks, Prentice. If it weren't for the efforts of the stalwart adventurers like yourself, this farm would be far worse than a state that it is. Just you keep lending your talents to those in need, eh? Help bring Limsa the brighter future she deserves. Alright, and we can get some potions, we get some eye drops. So, you know, some common Final Fantasy items that I almost never use. There is one place that I do use them. Level up, we're level 9 now, guys. Alright, Stilwyn is up in arms as his hired hands are nowhere to be found. That sea sloth Severin and his lot, never around when there's work to be done. I'd sooner hire you for the sake of getting things done, but then the rapscallions would never learn. Round them up and let them know that Stilwyn would like a word, and don't take no for an answer. Alright, so now our second job is looking for these rapscallions. What we need is actually down below. His name is not Walter, but Water. Work? Can't work when me hands are full lifting this mug. You know, I'd wager me last kill you'd never guess what I'm drinking. Swill wine. Well, you're right about the swill part. I reckon it might be worth doing a day of Stilwyn's chores if it afford me a taste of proper gog. Could you imagine being employed and then you're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna not do that and you can go fuck yourself. I bet you some people are like, man, I wish I could do that. Are you in this building? Okay. Lots of people just like sitting around out here. Sitting around. There's Sozai Rarzai. This is our Lalafell. Look at this little guy. Oh, how am I supposed to walk on an empty stomach? Go on, never guess what I had for breakfast. Breadsticks. Well, how did you know? It's my breath, ain't it? Probably smells as wooden as the food tasted. But I know why you're here. Oh. I'd just as soon get some real food in me, but I ain't got one to reject a summons from the captain. Off we go. Alright, so we got a few more of these dudes to find down this way. So, like the start of most MMOs, most JRPGs, you're not fucking known at all. Your character is literally an errand boy, or in this case, girl. And yeah, that's your lot in life. Hey, Severin, what are you doing? I am Severin. You the old man's errand girl now. Tell my dear old captain not to wet his britches. I'll be along. Oh, and just so we're clear, I don't care for landlubbers. Go find the chocobo you rode in on and ride on out. I have a feeling we're gonna have to beat the crap out of Severin. I'd probably be okay with that. Alright. So, Stillwood sent you. And what do you reckon I say to that? Workers for the weak and witless. I've saucier seeds to sow. Damn right! Didn't get to where I am by taking guff from glorified gardeners, but I suppose I could see what he wants to get him off my back. Look at these fish. These bands. Oh, they're not bands. Hey, look. They use that old grape model still. What? Perfect. This is the greatest grape model I've ever seen in a game. Ah, Arimbus. Axes were made for splitting skulls, not stumps. You know what I did in my silent days? Wonton slaughter. You bet your bosom I did, lass. Aye, those were the days. I reckon now I'll have to be satisfied taking my axe to the trees. As you can see, yeah, all of his pirating crew seem to just lament the fact that they have to do farm work now and not just, you know, plunder and sail. I guess when you spent your whole life doing one particular task, though, it makes sense that you wouldn't want to relinquish it so easily. You see that with Hussein in World of Warcraft. He spent his whole life playing World of Warcraft, and now he doesn't want to relinquish it, despite his protestations otherwise. Alright. You can continue to impress, lass. All but 7 are accounted for. It's no fault of yours he squirmed out. I've let that worm wriggle through my fingers more times than I can count. But rest assured, the next time I see him, I'll punch him, I'll put him squarely in the dirt, where all such worms belong. Alright, we're gonna get a new outfit. Delwyn worries that his lack of oranges will not reach the Lethagran checkpoint as planned. Pains me to say, but all the gil in the world can't buy loyalty. There are some, like you, who can be trusted, but then there are others. Until now, I have no choice but to rely on that charlatan Severin. Even though I'm full aware that he's been doing shady deals behind my back. More than once I've heard tell of improper trading with goblins. I wouldn't be the least surprised if that were happening right now. Not a bell ago, a sack of oranges vanished, as did Severin. I want you to find out and confront the bastard for me, Prentice. I'm sure there's wrongdoing afoot, so be sure to doubt anything that comes out of his mouth. Alright, before we do that, guys, we're going to take our first break, so don't go anywhere. We got more FF14 for you.